Morning, everybody. It's more like afternoon. I slept as long as I possibly could. I wanted to spend as long as possible asleep. I only made it till like 12. I honestly thought I was going to be able to get a lot later. But I feel pretty rested. And my body is stiff and sore. I have to do the workout I was supposed to do yesterday today because after yoga I couldn't hang. I ended up going to bed shortly thereafter. And honestly, maximizing recovery time was the plan here. So as soon as I get out of the shower, check the mail, that's going to be what's happening. But I was really thinking about red flags yesterday. Last night in particular, because the algorithm just really pumped a particular reader into my feed. So I watched a bunch of videos. And it was almost like, you know how sometimes the algorithm plays catch up? For example, I won't see somebody on my feed for a week, and then on one day I'm seeing every video they made for the last week just popping up in my algorithm. So I had to go look at which videos were posted in what order in order to figure out exactly what time frame was being caught up for me. But I think there was a lot of videos that I wasn't supposed to see until I had some kind of realization, or I was going through a particular mental framework. I don't know. But last night, played catch up with a particular reader. I figured out, even still, because I mentioned it in one of my videos, that I had a tendency to look past red flags. But I think I was still doing that, even though I consciously told myself, all right, we're not ignoring red flags here. I think I was still ignoring red flags. Not ignoring them, but not... Okay, I saw them. I acknowledged them, and I was like, okay, well, if this is how you operate, then how do your emotions come out? So I was thinking about them. I was acknowledging them. I was kind of worried about it. But at the end of the video, I was like, nothing's off the table. When in reality, that red flag should have been enough for me to say, this is off the table. I think part of me finds it so rare that whenever that energetic connection happens, it's infrequent enough that I want to try and make it work. And 98% of my relationships have been with people that are closed off emotionally. But I can feel below that. I know what's going on below the surface. And I know it doesn't match up with the facade. So, when they tell me they're red flag, I know it's not the real them. But the thing is, though, it is the real them. The version that I feel is the real them too. But the version that they wear in the world, it's not a lie. It's not just a mask. That's them as well. And I have always been the person that can accept both parts, the hidden and the unhidden. Let me just use this as an example. When my older sister, not the teacher, not the one that I live with, but my younger sister, my younger sister who does prosthetics, when she was in middle school, everybody started talking about their phobias, things they were scared of, and she realized that she didn't have one. And, this friend's afraid of spiders, that friend's afraid of snakes, That friend doesn't like heights. That one doesn't like open water. She didn't have a thing. She didn't feel special because she didn't have a phobia. So she invented one. She decided that she didn't like feet. She didn't like other people's feet. That was her phobia. And I can pinpoint the day when it happened, when she decided that's my phobia. And at first she was just being dramatic and creating responses because she wanted a phobia. But over the years, it became real. And as an adult, she now has to deal with that phobia, which is no longer a game, a joke, something to make her special. She genuinely has a distaste for other people's feet. And she works in prosthetics. You know, she had to get over that. Like it was something that she had to work through. She gave herself a problem. But now that problem is real. That wasn't her inner self. It wasn't her truest self, you might say. But it is who she is now. And all of these emotionally unavailable men, those behaviors, the running, the shutdowns, the gaslighting, the manipulation, it may not be who they were in their truest self. But it is who they've become. And I don't think we should deny who somebody is because we know that that's not all of who they are. And I think at the end of the day, it's difficult to walk away from potential connections like that because broken bird syndrome. When somebody is hurt, want to help. And I decided 2 days ago that I was going to delete, the dating apps and Grindr, all of it. But my plan had been to give these emotionally unavailable, unreciprocal men my phone number so that they could contact me even though I didn't have the app. And they might have. I was going to be like, no pressure, but if you want to keep this going, there's an option. But that feels like ignoring the red flags. That feels like allowing them in, despite knowing who they are, who they choose to be. Because that one guy said that he wants to run. He desires that behavior. Even if he doesn't do it, he wants to. And I think the first part of this journey, that was a big misconception that I had, because in my mind, my twin flame didn't want to run. But that's what he was doing. In my mind, he loved me, and we couldn't be together right then. And he was self-deprecating and wanted the best for me and didn't think enough of himself. And that's why he was gone. But at the end of the day, he wanted to run. So now, I have to look at myself and accept that I should not be giving to people who have shown me who they are. And I just don't want to accept it or see it because I know there's so much more. look out for blatant red flags.